So, and those are real medical studies that have been done. So there is the power of your thought and your energy in the way you feel is so important for your health. And that's how I rhyme my training as a doctor together with using energy work and angels. Are there any questions before I start talking a little bit about how you practically can use your angels in every day? Nope. So the first thing you probably already know is that there's enough angels for everybody, and they're always like ready to help. So you can ask with anything about finding the parking spot. That's the traditional one. What else do I use angels for? Well, basically, I use my angels every single day. I think it's important to wake up with the right intention in your day. And rather than waking up and saying, I will maybe make so much money, it's not so important. I will feel rich, you can say, as your intention. And that might present itself in any way that it will present itself. So I usually wake up and think, okay, I choose to drive to work safely and without stress. And for instance, it happened a while ago that there was a crazy driver on the road, and straight away I said, angels, please come and get this crazy driver. Guess what? 100 meters further, the police stopped him. So it's, I set the intention for my day to be peaceful, that I can help as many people as possible, but in an easy way. And that I will have fun at work, because I find it important to always have a little bit of fun at work. It shouldn't be too serious. And then I already said I walk into, actually, I have a big angel sitting on my car, because I want to make sure that other people stay away from me. Don't come too close, because I want to drive safely, and I want to have that extra big angel on my car to make sure other people see me, because I have a silver car which is not very visible. Then at work, if I go to the hospital, I pick up messages from their angels, my angels. When people are very anxious for the treatment, I just ask the angels to fill the room and do the treatment to actually bring peace to the patient so that they can relax and that they don't have fear anymore. And that the procedure may go pain-free, fast and smooth. That's another intention that I said, and I ask the angels to come for that. The smoke is actually a bit too much for me. And when I do treatments like that on patients, they often say like, oh, is it already finished? I didn't feel a thing. And then, oh, I want you to do my next treatment, please, doctor. And then I know it's not just me. I know it's because that energy of the angels put everybody to ease and made them relax. And if your body is relaxed, everything is easier. And so that's another way that I work with angels every day. So what I also do is, when I have a medical procedure myself, even an MRI, I was scared the first time I went into an MRI. It makes a lot of noise. I just asked my angels to stand at my feet and at my head to make to keep me peaceful and give me more the sensation of being not so scared. So that made it go a lot easier, and that they got it right the first time. I wouldn't have to repeat the examination, because you can also ask your angels to make sure your surgeon is in the right space of mind, that all the staff that's present during your surgery listens to their angels and is there in the highest possible energy present while they're doing your surgery. Because I've been present in many theaters, and sometimes I really don't like operating there when people are gossiping or complaining about something, and then people can't focus on what they're doing. It's almost like the patient doesn't exist, and while it really should be the opposite. It should be leave everything else outside of the door and let's all lovingly focus on healing this patient. And the whole team in the theater should work like that. And the nurses I work with and who've read my book, they already picked up on that, and they now, They have a positive mood in the theaters. We play uplifting music, and just no complaining and whining around the patient and the procedure, because it doesn't give better results. It actually is most likely to create a worse result, a worse outcome for the patient. So I feel very strongly about that, and I do that for myself. Even when I go to the dentist, I ask the ideal dentist angel to show up to make sure the dentist is focused and doesn't make any mistakes, and that it may all go pain-free. So that helps, because I can now have dentistry done without anesthetic when I do that. So another thing to do is imagine a pink light. When you imagine your day, you're getting up, you want your kids all to be happy in the morning and go to school and get to school in time without too much drama. You see yourself driving safely to work. You see yourself having a nice parking spot and working and walking into a happy work environment. You just imagine all of that ahead of time, and you see a pink cloud around it. Like I visualize my road to work surrounded by pink, my workplace surrounded by pink. And then I also set the intention that all the people that are there are the ones that I can help. If there's people that I can't help, that they might find another place where they can be helped. So, and if you have a business or something, it's really great to open your doors and ask your angels, bring the right customers to me, the ones that resonate with me, the ones that I can really be of service to, and the other ones, may they find another place to go. So that's another thing that I do. Now, something I learned from Neil Donald Walsh, I don't know whether you know him, he's the author that wrote all the Conversations with God books. I met him a few months ago, and actually it was really, really sweet. I was sitting in the audience like you, he was talking, and he came around, I sat on the back row, he came around, put his hands on my shoulders, and he said, "You have done enough." And I started sobbing, because I was saying, but how can I help the planet? How can I help everybody? And he just told me, "You have done enough. We can only do so much as an individual." And yeah, that was nice. I mean, don't underestimate the importance each of you have, in your life and for the people around you, because everybody plays such an important role in helping other people around you, whether it's just by your presence, just by your smile, just by being helpful, just by comforting people who are sad. Everybody plays a role. And the last tip that I have is you can choose who you want to be when you wake up in the morning. Rather than choosing to be stressed, choose to be relaxed. Rather than waking up and saying, "Oh, I'm sad," say, no, delete sadness. I choose to be happiness today. And then you're already kind of put on that channel of happiness, and you will start seeing things from that perspective more. And you will see all the things that make you happy. And it's important to also do every day, give yourself the permission to do something that brings you joy. That's another important aspect of having a joyful life, is that loving yourself enough to take time to do something for you that brings you joy. So for instance, if it's playing golf, or for me it's like having a massage, at that stage when I'm having a massage, I'm not home with my children, but it's a choice. I make that choice for me. Because if I get very tense and overstressed and get sore shoulders, I can do less with my children, I can do less with my patients. So it's an investment in ourselves to take good care of ourselves so we can take care of other people, but we should come first. And a lot of people don't get that because they feel guilty of giving time for themselves or putting money in their own well-being or their own education. But I truly am convinced that step number one is value yourself enough and love yourself enough to invest in yourself, time-wise, money-wise, whatever you need to do. You are number one in your life, and if you're not here anymore, you can't help all the other people. So just put some effort in caring for yourself too, because I know there's a lot of people who care a lot for other people and then get so tired and burnt out that they get physical illnesses, and it shouldn't really get that far. I've actually had burnout myself in the past, and I've created a whole holistic program around that, because you need to kind of make changes in your life, in all aspects of your life, to avoid burnout. So yeah, rather choose in the morning who do you want to be than what you want to do or have. So what are you going to choose tomorrow morning when you wake up? Yeah, I choose to be joy. And what are you going to choose tomorrow morning? Beautiful. I choose to be happiness. What are you going to choose tomorrow morning?
I choose happiness as well.
Excellent.
Love.
Beautiful. I choose to be love. And what would you choose?
It's not be so tired.
So I choose to be energetic.
Yeah.
What would you choose?
Don't make preconceptions of people's day.
So how can we reframe that positively? Accepting? I choose to be accepting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else who needs a reframe of what they wake up with into a positive being?
Gratitude.
I'm grateful. Beautiful. I choose to be grateful. And if you wake up with that intention, you will see so much to be grateful for. And that is another tool that is really, 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 really good, is gratefulness. For people who have problems with low mood, and sometimes they lie in bed in the morning and think, I don't want to get out of bed, I've got nothing to get up for, then you start thinking about what can I be grateful for? And even if it starts with, wow, I have a bed. And actually, I'm not cold because I have warmth in my house. And look at that, I have clean water. I mean, a lot of us don't think about it anymore, but I worked in rural Africa and I didn't have running clean water, and I got really, really ill with all the bugs in the dirty water that I had to drink there. So I'm just saying there is a lot to be grateful for. And when you do that, every day you'll find more and more things to be grateful for, and that is the way to happiness, one of the ways to happiness, apart from choosing to do something that gives you joy. So may I ask you, what could you do for yourself that brings you joy?
Helping someone else.
Okay, that's not the answer I was hoping for, because there is a secondary gain when you help other people, that you feel good about yourself. Is there anything else you could do for yourself? Is there any hobbies that you like doing?
Making things.
What do you like making?
Mostly at the moment it's preparing things.
For?
Just for the home at the moment.
Okay, so you make furniture or what?
Repair it.
Okay, does that bring you joy?
Yeah, satisfaction.
Okay, so you like repairing things. Okay, I think you can work on that a little bit more. Is there anything you could do for yourself?
Be kinder to me.
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you look down on yourself that way?
Sorry?
Do you look down on yourself that way?
No, I don't look down on myself. I'm just kind to everyone. And I forget that I've got to be kind to me.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
As
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, one of the nice tricks that I've learned to start that process is, because most people suffer with that somewhere, a level of unworthiness, and it needs to be replaced with self-love. And I've learned a technique where on the mirror that you use in the morning, you write in lipstick, I am enough. And then you see your face, and I am enough every day. Because that's the opposite of the unworthiness. Whatever you are, whatever you do, you are enough. You are enough to be alive, you're enough to be loved, you're enough to love yourself. You're good enough with what you have now. So that is very, very powerful. Thank you for that. And the gentleman next to you, is there something you could do that brings you joy in the next few days?
Just to be productive.
Productive doing what?
the jobs that I've got outstanding.
Okay, does that really bring you joy, doing those jobs?
Completion does.